G'day golfers. Well, as you can see behind me, we've got blue sky. That means I'm not in Sydney at the moment. I've actually had the opportunity to enter a golf tournament. First one for a long time and my first over 50s event. Well, I figure I can't coach at the moment, so I can get out of Dodge and see what I can find. So I'm at the Rich River Golf Complex. It's a lovely resort. Really excited to be here and to play in my first Legends Tour event. Now it's called the Legends Tour for a very good reason. The legends of Australian golf play in these events. So this week we have Peter Senior and Peter Fowler, Terry Price, Mike Harwood, Andre Stoltz, to name just a few of these legends of Australian golf. So really looking forward to rubbing shoulders with these guys and watching and learn how they prepare. So today I'm actually going to get out on the golf course and show you how I'm going to prepare for this tournament, how I'm going to plot my way around. So it's really about course management and tactics out there, and hopefully it can help you prepare for your next tournament. Just as a side note, heart goes out to everyone that's just struggled with the floods across the eastern coast here at the moment, and hope you all stay safe and well. I'm Glen Haynes. Welcome to Aussie Golf Pros. I've had a bit of a warm up. Now it's time to get out into the golf course. We're on the east course at Rich River, and I'm not one of these players that can just take a quick look at a course and then make some clever decisions. I need to see it a couple of times, play some shots, and develop a strategy for where I'm going to place the ball, what clubs I'm going to hit off each tee, and really plot my way around. So I'm just going to take you through a couple of the processes and show you a couple of holes out here at the east course and where I might hit driver and where I might not. Par 5 the first, looks quite open, so let's go with driver. I'll take a couple of those this week. So this par 5, this first hole's 536 metres. That's fine for the long hitters, they can hit it in too. But realistically, I'm going to be laying up to here if there's no wind. So it's downwind today, and I've got 2 good shots up just short of the green. But I'm probably going to be hitting my third from here. So I've just dropped a ball down. I've got 77 metres. And it's a good idea to just pop a ball down where you think you're going to be approaching the green from. I've got sand wedge. A stiff breeze off the right, so it's going to knock it out the sky a bit. So it's going to be pretty firm. Oh, thin that one a little bit. I think that's going to go over the back of the green. A bit clumsy. Well, I've hit a great drive there. I've just missed the bunker on the left-hand side, and it's kicked to the right and it's gone into the rough. It's not very penal rough, so that doesn't really bother me. But by doing so, I've brought the water into play, and I hit that drive right down the middle. If I just pushed it, leaked it to the right a little bit, then I'd be in the water. So there's a hole that I'm going to lay up short of that bunker on the left-hand side. It's not a particularly long hole, and I'll have maybe a wedge or a 9-iron in from there. This hole's the 9th on the east, 387 metres. Dogleg to the right, we've got a bunker there. To carry the bunker, 253 metres. I've hit it with my rangefinder, and it's downwind, but I don't think I can get over that. So I'm going to go to the left of that bunker. I've looked at the run out, and the run out of the fairway there is about 265 metres. So downwind, that's a bit of a problem. So if it's downwind, I might be hitting 3-wood. I'm going to hit driver now, and we'll see where it finishes up. Assuming I hit a good one. So yeah, just fading onto that dark tree. Wasn't the best swing, but it's in play. Let's see if that runs out. So I have run out of fairway, but only just. And as I said, the rough isn't very penal. So this is a calculated risk that I'm going to take. I'm not far from trouble, so plenty of trees, and might even be out of bounds over the other side of that mound. But if I lay up short of the bunker, so I've got 121 to the pin here. If I lay up short of the bunker, I'm going to have 160 metres, and I'd rather be 120 coming out the rough than 160 metres coming out the fairway. If it's into the wind, then I will be short of that bunker. So I think it's driver for this hole. Now the other thing that really we should take notice of is how much the ball is bouncing on the greens. So downwind, I've got gap wedge coming out the rough, and I expect this ball to bounce around about 10 metres. But let's see if we can make a pitch mark in the green, and then we'll measure it. Well, that looks good. Oh, it's pulled up short though. Wrong club, should have been wedge. Let's hit another ball from the fairway. I really want to get an idea of how far that ball rolls. Pitching wedge this time. I think I was expecting a bit of a jumper out the rough and just didn't get it. So just left of the pin. That one's landed on. Let's go and see how far forward that one's hopped up. Always easier the second time around. This is my first one. Just caught the fringe and pulled up. Second one's rolled around about 8 meters, so I wasn't far off. Let's hope I can do that in the tournament. Always a good idea to go through some putts with your exact routine and try to read it as well as you can, and obviously get that speed right. Downwind. Steady ball, steady. I need more of those out in the tournament as well. Okay, 10th hole. I've hit a couple of drives. One I've hooked into the rubbish, so I hit another one just to find out where it finished. Into the wind again. That bunker up there on the right, it's only 250 meters to the bunker, and I'm well short of it. I hit a good drive there. But it's a short hole, so it's 100 meters into the middle of the green. Good yardage for me, I like that. But going up that far brings this bunker on the left into play, and it's quite a deep one. So just by coming back to this position here, which is, that was 222 to that bunker. So yeah, if I hit it 215 meters off the tee, then it takes the bunkers out of play. It means I'm 110, 115 out from the green, and that's still a good yardage, that's fine. But I've reduced the risk by taking that bunker out of play, just by going back a club. Now you notice I'm not saying 3-iron or 3-wood or hybrid or whatever. I don't do it that way, and neither should you. It's about how far you want to hit it off the tee, because that can change the club depending on what the wind's doing. If this is downwind, then I could probably hit here with a 4-iron or a 5-iron, but then I've got another option downwind, which is just to hit it over the bunkers. Another par 5, this time we've got some cross bunkers, and I've made a note that they're 35 meters short of the green. And that's critical because we want to decide whether to lay up short of those bunkers or go over and get onto the green. So it's into the breeze today, so I've laid up short. And I like practicing these shots when I'm out on a practice round. I've got a 73 meter shot. These are scoring shots. If we can get these up and down, then that's going to make a big difference to our overall score. Now we're into the wind, it's a stiff breeze, so it's playing, I think, 95 meters. So I've got gap wedge, and it's going to be a pretty firm one. Very easy to leave these shots short of the hole, so I'm going to see if I can get it just past that flag there. Slide it into the breeze. Hey, just past the pin. And it turned out even closer than I thought. It's pitched up here. So that's why it's so important to make sure that when you're into that stiff breeze that you get it up past the flag, because it can come back depending on how much spin and how much power you have. There's no way I'm going to achieve that amount of spin downwind where it's actually going to kick on quite a long way, and we've seen that already today. Now this is a really interesting thing. There's a super tier in this green. You probably can't pick it up on the camera, but I expect the flag to be up there at least one of the rounds, so having a practice putt up a big tier like that is going to prepare me. Let's just go for that little leaf there. And that's going to be very slow. I'm taking note that it's drifting to the right, so I'm going to make a note on my card there that this green does that. But sometimes you can find a coloured dot, a red or blue or a white dot, where they expect to put the pin. Let's see if I can find one. There it is. Let's put a T in it and have a couple of putts to that. Just here on the bottom tier, there might be a red dot up there. If it's red, I'm going to struggle to see it because I'm colourblind. But one of the pins is going to be here. So pop a little T in the ground there and have a couple of putts to it and get an idea of which way that's going to slope. I'm expecting a bit of right to left on this one. So not a lot, it's a fairly flat area here, and I'm going to make a note of that. Lovely little par 3 over the water there, and for most pin placements, I'll be going for the flag. I hit it just past the pin there and made par. But strategy isn't just about tee shots, it's about approach shots as well. So I've had a look at some pin placements there, found the blue one, I'm going to go at that one, couldn't find a red one. But if the red one's up the back of the green there, then I'm not going to go for it, it's a sucker pin. We've got some water down here on the left of the green, and even if I miss on the safe side, on the right hand side, I'm going to be left with a tricky little chip. So if it's a back pin, I'll just be going for the middle of the green and then trying to make a long putt. So sometimes you'll find when playing a practice round that you can't hit your target with a rangefinder. So I knew there was water on the right hand side here, but I couldn't work out the carry because it was too low. So I've hit the tree with my rangefinder, it was 178, and then another 62 across the water, so that's a 240 carry. I didn't go for it because I didn't know how far the carry was, so I've hit 3 wood up just short of the bunker. You might be able to see my ball there. And that's a good play, that's the safe play. But downwind like this, that might be worth having a crack at just straight over the top, leave myself a sand wedge in. Looks like there's more water over there, so I've got to work out how far that is and work out my run out. So it's all about plotting my way around, working out what's worth the risk and what isn't. It's always risk versus reward with this type of hole. Just a beautiful par 3 this, just gotta love a bit of water on a par 3. Even though it's not in play, it's just a gorgeous little hole. Wind off the right, it's gonna curve quite a bit. Tracking, it's just short. Now don't just hit shots from the middle of the fairway, you need to test yourself out from some trouble lies too. In the trees, in the rough, out of the dirt, and tough bunker shots. Need to get this up nice and quickly, get it to stop quickly. Get a feel for the sand. It's really important to, oh, a little long. So it's really important to get a feel for the texture of the sand and hitting some different length shots too. In my experience, the sand is different in every golf course. Putt as if you mean it, because it's going to matter when you're in the tournament. So it's no good rolling balls around when you're practicing with no pressure. You've got to put some pressure on your putts in your practice as well. So you're actually trying to hold putts. All right, I'm not scoring, but I'm doing my best. I'm going through my routine. I'm trying to read the green as best I can. And hold one. And what I've learned from that is these greens are breaking more than they look. I've missed a lot on the low side, but if I haven't gone through the process, then I'm not going to learn that. So go through your process of putting properly as if it matters. All right, it's getting really dark. I'm going to go out and get some tucker. Obviously, that's going to vary depending on what level you're at, but every golfer should prepare themselves mentally and tactically for every tournament that they enter. You're going to be better prepared for the golf course, and you're going to have more fun. I'm happy to report that I played fairly well on the first day. I've shot 3 over par, so it's not scintillating, but it's all right. It was a little bit scrappy. It was a very cold early start. It was 10 degrees and wind was blowing, so the players factor was around about 5 degrees. So it really did take me a little while to get warmed up, get these old bones moving. But I scrapped it around and hung in there with a couple of good par saves, then hit it great on the back 9, but didn't really take the opportunities like I should have. But really enjoyed it. It was great fun and looking forward to getting out there and mixing it tomorrow. So back in Sydney, and great to see that the sun's been shining on the Monash golf course and all the other courses in the Sydney area. Drying them out, it's been a tough couple of weeks. I shot another 3 over par at Rich River, but congratulations to Glen joiner. He shot 11 under par for the 2 rounds to win by 3, so that's a great effort. And clearly I have a lot of work to do on my ball striking and just getting comfortable with tournament play again. I'm looking forward to playing some more Legends Tour events in the future and keeping you up to date with how I go. Now, we've talked a lot about course strategy and management leading up to an event, but you also need to be mindful of what your swing thoughts are like before and when you're over the golf ball. So pop up to this video here. That's going to help you to just clear out those swing thoughts and help you to achieve your optimum performance. We look forward to your company next week. Are you the best golfer you can be?